Next up at UFC Vegas 69, we have the main card opener. We have Jim Miller taking on Alexander Hernandez. Jim Miller, 35-16 overall. 3-2 in his last 5. He is riding a nice 3-fight win streak. Alexander Hernandez is 13-6 overall. 2-3 in his last 5, and he's coming off the knockout loss to Billy Q. This is another interesting fight. I do understand this line movement. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand this line movement, right? Alexander Hernandez is 30. Jim Miller's 59 years old. Alexander Hernandez does have fast hands. He can hit hard. He can grapple. Jim Miller has decent technical striking, can grapple really well. So I do understand the line movement, right? They're looking at age, youth, speed, power. All of that should be on the Alexander Hernandez side. The problem is, as much as I love Alexander Hernandez, and I've picked him way too many times to count, he just can't seem to put together some of these wins. And it's tough because he's just such a tough guy to break down, because in some of these fights, he looks like if he gets 2-3 wins together, he could fight for a title. He's that good. He's good. He's literally good everywhere. The problem is he has like brain fart moments or doesn't put it together.
It's kind of like the new Kevin Lee, honestly. Kevin Lee is top talent and just kept losing. But he's back, baby, and he's going to be the champ. He's going to smoke Islam.
I didn't
Oh,
know
no, he's come back to 170.
I didn't know you were this big Kevin Lee fan. That's what
I for whatever reason, I know a lot of people. He's like a cornball, and he has all these like sayings and stuff. What's that famous thing he always says? Oh, I see holes in his game. He says every time he's, I see holes in his game, whatever. Everyone hates him, whatever, but he's legit, like, very good. He legit is very, very good. So I think I more felt bad for him than anything because he kept losing. But I do like Kevin Lee.
Well, so Alexander Hernandez, very talented, literally good everywhere, but just seems to struggle in some of these spots. Jim Miller, very good grappler, not an amazing wrestler, but he can get takedowns if he needs them. He's got good technical striking, but he is old. He's a little bit stiff. His chin isn't what it used to be. Alexander Hernandez should absolutely win this fight, right? He should be faster. He should be stronger. He should hit harder. He should have the better takedowns if he wants them. He won't have the better raw jiu-jitsu. I see this as a striking match. I do see Alexander Hernandez winning this. I think Jim Miller's finally going to look old, because even in his loss to Billy Quarantillo and even in some of Alexander Hernandez's losses, he doesn't look slow. He doesn't look powerless. He's just not winning those fights, as dumb as it sounds, where Jim's going to look slow in this fight, unfortunately. So I do like Alexander Hernandez in this spot. I'm not betting him. I cannot trust this man with my money, so I am not betting on him. I'm keeping every penny in my pocket. I'll probably be rooting for Jim Miller, frankly. This guy's done enough for us as fans that we should be rooting for him every time out. But Hernandez is going to be the pick, but absolutely under no circumstances am I spending money on him. What do you think?
I cannot believe that there are people, and it seems like actually there aren't people because the line's moving the opposite way. I can't believe there were people that were putting money on Alexander Hernandez at anything minus 200. I can't even believe that he's the favorite in this matchup because of the lack of trust in his fights. I mean, as you mentioned, he looks great until he doesn't. And once he starts looking bad, he looks absolutely awful. And I think this is a matchup nightmare for Jim Miller, because Jim Miller's been there. He's done it. He's seen it all. He's seen the young guys. He's seen the old guys. He's seen the strikers. He's seen the wrestlers. Alex Hernandez is probably going to look great in the first 2 minutes of the fight. He's going to come through. He's going to be going crazy. He might stun Jim Miller. Then Jim Miller gets on his legs, and then all of a sudden, you're going to see that tide start to flip. Because when Alexander Hernandez gets pressed and he gets pushed and he starts getting punched in the face, he just starts fading, and Jim Miller will be absolutely all over him in this matchup. I love the experience in this matchup. I like the toughness that Jim Miller has shown, the resurgence in his last 3 wins. He's looked great. He's shown power. He's shown some. I mean, I just absolutely think it's a matchup nightmare for Alexander Hernandez, and a guy that has gone down in weight. He's coming back up in weight. I hate those guys that are trying to chase something else, right? He couldn't figure it out at 155, so he said, let me be a weight bully at 145, and then he still got outworked and lost. Now he's like, okay, now I need to go back to 155. I can't trust people that are looking for a new career by changing weight classes like that. As you said, very talented guy, explosive. He's kind of that complete fighter that you're looking for. I'm taking the experience here in Jim Miller. I think he outworks this kid.
I'll be rooting for Jim for sure, 100%. I disagree with the pick, obviously, but I will be rooting for Jim How can you not? How can you not? He's a likable guy. He's not Volkanovski likable. Nobody is. That dude's the most likable guy in the sport.
Oh,
but
you said that he was going to get mauled, right?
But I never said anything. He wasn't likable. Jesus Christ. Very likable guy. I'm rooting for him for sure, but I do think Alexander Hernandez is just going to be too much. I think Jim's finally going to look old for sure. So Alexander Hernandez is my pick. Jim Miller is yours. We do not have DraftKings pricing because we're filming this on Monday. DraftKings doesn't come out till Tuesday, but Tuesday's Valentine's Day. And I know you guys love us, but, try to find a woman. Spend this time with a woman or a man. Yep. We do have a very diverse audience.
Men are much easier.
My life would be easier if Tiffany was a little more of the man mindset.
Mindset.
Yeah, I was choosing words very carefully that whole time. Okay. Of the mindset. Yeah, easy to please. Sure. Yes, let's do this. Oh, of course. Absolutely. But you and Ernie can hang out. You and Ernie are completely free tomorrow night. Like literally nothing to do.
Not me.
What are you doing? Oh, he glitched out. Oh, he was just about to tell us about his incredible Valentine's Day plans, and looks like his internet went out. What a shame that is. Guys, I will take a moment. It's a bit tits. Like it's just little blurbs of like whatever filthy.
And then she
2 dogs in a bathtub. Anyway, boy, 2 dogs in a bathtub is a callback from a conversation we had a long time ago on this stream. I am going to take a second here to thank all of you because we passed the 10,000 subscriber mark, and that's huge in this space. There's not a lot of people anywhere near that. We passed the 10,000 subscriber mark, and we appreciate that very much. But what's even more impressive is our subscriber to view ratio absolutely crushes. There are people with 20,000, 15,000, 30,000 that do not do the views that we do, let alone the ratio that we have. So thank you all very, very much. What did you just write down? Hopefully it was a thank you letter to the people. So thank you all very much for everything, all the views, all the likes, the comments, all of that. That vlog was just an idea. I was like, guys, I have you over every weekend or for all the pay-per-views. I cook all this food. Let's just record it and see what happens. It's not our number one viewed video because obviously it's different content. So, not everybody's going to be there yet. But the ratio of views to likes and comments is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So thank you all very much. It is all.
Vivant Beaks.
None of this goes beyond us. Regardless of how many times I'll plug premium, I hope you guys also see that I'm working for that premium and we're making it better and better every day. So thank you all very much. You're all appreciated. That was my love letter. My love letter.
We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?